Sloppy talk.
Welcome back to another episode of Sloppy Talk. With me is Joe, as usual. Joe, what's going on with you, man?
Nothing much, Kato. Let's get sloppy here.
Let's get sloppy.
So it's been a couple of weeks since our last episode. I'm basically doing the same thing, going to work, trying to play some video games, trying to watch some TV. Yeah. And actually, Kwong, you and I got together for the first time in how many months? 6 months?
I want to say like
6 or 7 months.
I think last time I saw you was in February, right? I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't even know what's the last thing we did actually together.
I don't remember either. It's been so long ago, but kind of we got together, hung out a little bit. We were gonna shoot this episode in person.
Yeah, but I know it would have been exciting.
My cam link on my PC is not working. I've actually been having a lot of problems with my PC lately. It's been blue screen of death like all day. A couple days ago, I think I fixed it, but when I logged on here this morning, the computer froze on me. I think I'm trying to run too many things at once. It's even though I like to think I have a good high-powered PC, it's kind of getting a little old, right?
Yeah.
As far as motherboard and all that stuff, I still have a 1080 Ti, but it's getting 3, 4, 5 years old. It's getting old, right?
Yeah, because I've been getting that USB issue too. I got it this morning as well, and I'm thinking maybe I have a feeling it might be our motherboard, most likely. Maybe it's just getting too old or something.
And it could be. I got a mic plugged in. I got a camera plugged in. I got speakers. I got Stream Deck. I got joystick. I got throttle. I got all sorts of stuff plugged in. Maybe you just can't handle it. Maybe it's time to go over to Origin PC and get one with a 3090, right?
Jeez, man, that's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be expensive.
I sell my motorcycle, buy a PC, right?
There you go. Will anybody buy that? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I probably will. I got the pink slip. I gotta figure that out because I'm just not riding it. So I might as well sell it and move on with my day. But you know what I'm excited for, Kato, is I'm excited for NFL's back this weekend.
Yes, you just finished watching the Raiders beat the Panthers, I think, right?
Yep, and not only is NFL football back, but Premier League soccer is back.
Okay, cool. Actually, it's funny. My dad's actually been watching that a lot too, actually.
Yeah, so even though we don't have crowds in the stadium, right? Mm-hmm. I think 2 NFL teams are allowing crowds, but
really?
Everybody else is empty.
Yeah, I was watching Lakers versus the Rockets, and I saw that they're doing the WWE thing where people zoom into the background, they have a screen all the way around the stadium, and then people I guess zoom in, or I don't know if they pay for a seat or something, but I saw that and I was like, oh, I thought WWE was the only one who was doing that.
So that's baseball games. You got cardboard cutouts in the stadium.
Really?
Yeah, and I think you had to pay for that, but you get to see yourself on the game. Hey, look, there I am, not watching baseball.
What? I didn't know that. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, they do. But watching sports and you coming out, hanging out, going to lunch, it's kind of feels like life is a little bit back to normal. Yeah. Kind of gives you that feeling of a little bit of normalcy, though not quite, right? Because normally we would go out to lunch and
sit down and eat.
Sit down, hang out, and chill. And said we spent like an hour and a half trying to get some lunch yesterday.
Yeah.
But anyway, what anything new going on with you, Kato?
Not that I'm aware of. Just cut my hair because it was getting super long, and it's getting super hot too. AC has been cranked up for the past at least 2 weeks. I want to say my mom just told me about the PG&E bill, and it's just she said it for the past 30 years. It's never been this high before. And I said, well, one, we have the Tesla charging at home now, and also because we were cranking up almost the AC almost 24/7, even at night sometimes too, because it was like still 80 or 90 at night sleeping. It's tough.
And you got a lot of smoke out there too, right?
Oh yeah, but yeah, when I came over to yours, man, it seems like it's worse over there. Like when I went to go move the car without my mask on, I felt like I smelled the smoke. But when I'm walking Caramo, like I did this morning, I didn't smell it at all. It seemed like it was in the air for sure, but it didn't like bother me like it did for when I was over there with you.
Yeah, every morning going to work, there's ash covering my car. I was actually doing yard work later in the day, and I had my my leaf blower cleaning up the grass clippings. It was just ash, like poof of ash. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Looked like I was shooting ash out of my leaf blower. It was crazy.
Yeah, because that's what I did. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. I was walking the dog and like literally just particles are just flying. I was like, am I flaking or something? But it was just ash everywhere, man. It's crazy. So Joe, what's going over on it at Statue Review, man? I haven't seen a video up in a while.
Not much, Kato, as you know. I'm not taking a break from the channel. I'm just not doing statue talk. So once some more statues come in, I'll be doing some unboxings and stuff again. As you know, during COVID, working from home, I had a lot more time for videos. But now that I'm going back to work, I'm spending 2.5 hours in the car again every day, and that's 5 days a week right now. Got a big project and got some more projects coming up, and just kind of, work has got to come first for our little YouTube channel. So that's just the way it goes. I did get in a couple of Transformers, 3-0 Transformers, do some unboxings.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you want to do an unboxing for that, because I saw that that box when I was there yesterday.
Yeah, well, but the culmination of my project at work is coming up this weekend, so it's going to be a busy weekend. I'm probably going to put in like 12-hour or more days, Friday and Saturday. So, but then once I get over that hump, then it should settle down again for a little bit. And I have some vacation coming up, and then we're going to hit the holidays, so we should have more time again after that. And just kind of crazy, just trying to figure things out. I do have vacation coming up in October, and one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to rearrange my room. So I wanted to move my couple of 2Q Bestas upstairs in my loft, kind of use it as my TV stand, and then I'll create more room here in the bedroom, so I could kind of, because my desk is kind of in an awkward spot in the room.
Most definitely.
A lot of room makes kind of the unboxings and whatnot a little bit more difficult. So kind of want to rearrange it a little bit. Wife gave me permission to move some stuff upstairs. So that'll probably be upstairs. It'll probably be where I have the Hot Toys, the Star Wars stuff. And it'll make some more room downstairs for statues and for my desk. So that'll be in the next couple 2 to 3 weeks or so.
Nice.
But yeah, just focusing on work again. Takes up a lot of our time, as I'm sure it takes up a lot of your time too.
Yeah, most definitely. So let's move on to movies and streaming. What have you been watching? I remember you mentioned earlier that you've been watching TV.
Well, Netflix.
Yeah. Anything good?
Yeah, just Cobra Kai.
Okay.
So
my question about that. So is this a continuation to like the Karate Kid thing, or?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And actually, Cobra Kai has been out for a while, right?
Oh, yeah.
On YouTube.
Really long time, actually.
But YouTube has decided to get out of the original content game, and they actually sold Cobra Kai completely to Netflix. Oh. So it's been on Netflix. It's been like one of the top shows on Netflix. And when it was on YouTube, I could have been watching it already, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm watching a YouTube show. That's stupid. I'm not going to watch a TV show on YouTube. But it came over to Netflix, and on Netflix, you hover over something and it starts playing the trailer, and it hovered over the trailer. I was like, okay, maybe I'll watch it. Just when I get home from work, sometimes I just put YouTube on and just watch random ass videos all the time. So it's like, let me watch Cobra Kai. Watch one episode, and then I was hooked on it.
Yeah.
and I've been
Okay.
both seasons. So yeah, it's a continuation of the Karate Kid. The movie is the storyline, not the Kung Fu Kid with Jaden Smith or whatever, but Ralph Macchio and I can't remember that other guy's name off the top of my head. But yeah, it's for old guys like me who watched it back in the day, it was pretty fun. It's
That's good. It kind of gives you a little bit of a nostalgic factor, right?
Nostalgia, but it's updated, right? It's updated because back in the 80s, it was good versus evil. There was always bad guys, good guys. You're good, I'm bad. We'll fight. The good guy will win. But this show is like it's more like there's gray areas, right? Like the main Cobra Kai guy, his name is Johnny. He's not all bad. He's just a regular person, right? Was good and bad. He got bullied. It's kind of good. And then, Daniel LaRusso, the Karate Kid, he's not all good either. He's got his bad too. So, they have stuff in common. So it's just kind of a modern version. Still kind of ridiculous karate in it. Like, we're practicing karate and we're practicing headbutts, and the way we do that is we really just sit there and headbutt each other, which that's not very realistic, but it's fun. So big karate battles, unrealistic karate battles, so it's just a fun show. And that's been watching that, and then
that's entertaining.
Wife and I have been watching The Mandalorian again.
Okay.
Because a new season is coming out in October soon.
Oh, really?
About a month from now, so a new season will come out. So we've got to watch. Almost done with that. Watching a second run through of that. And that reminds me, I need to watch the Witcher series again because that season 2 is going to come out, I think, in October too.
Really? Wow! I'm actually, man, this COVID stuff like made time fly like really quick. I felt like The Mandalorian just came out like literally like 6 months ago or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's the whole COVID time. It's like the time was lost, right?
Yeah,
because we're doing shit.
Exactly,
time is lost.
Yep. So for me, I actually watched Bill and Ted 1 and 2, which 1 I thought was okay. It's kind of like more of a comedy film. Is it supposed to be a comedy film? Okay, so that's kind of what I felt for it. I thought it was pretty cool. It was nice to see baby Keanu Reeves. Man, he is super young in that one. Mm-hmm. And I watched me and the girlfriend. We watched the second one, I think, earlier this week, and it wasn't as good as the first. But I did enjoy Death. Actually, I don't know if have you seen all of them too?
Oh yeah, of course.
So that kind of made the movie for me because I thought he was kind of funny. But yeah, the first one was okay too. But I really enjoyed it.
Best 3 out of 5. Best 5 out of 7.
Yeah, exactly. And I just
what was the big alien's name in that?
Oh, shit.
He's like 3 aliens and
it's like
one super alien.
Like Habit or shit, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, I was like, there were 2, and then they ended up combining as a big ass one that looked like Bigfoot. But yeah,
I haven't watched the new one yet. I actually was Google Play Store had a bundle 1, 2, and a new one
like
for
$30 or something like that.
$30 is probably going to buy that. I've always liked the Bill and Ted movies. When I was younger, I think I saw them in a theater. Mm-hmm. So definitely want to watch. The third one's got good reviews too.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid for it though. I feel like 1 and 2. I don't think it definitely aged well for sure. I don't think it did. Third one, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be way too different compared to the first 2. I don't know if it's the same director or anything like that, but that's what I'm afraid of a little bit to see how that goes. I feel like there's the time travel on this next one's gonna be a little bit too much. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that one soon, and then we'll talk about that. And then Batman Beyond, I think I'm on like the last 3 episodes, if I recall. Yeah, and then me and my girlfriend, we started watching The Boys season 2. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen The Boys?
I've only seen like the first half of season 1.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the TV show, but I do like the Frenchie. I don't know if you seen that for yet. He's just kind of the character that I'm kind of attached to because I think he's pretty cool.
But other than that, do you think? Because there's some controversy with how they released this season.
Yeah, so from what I'm aware of, season 1 was kind of how Daredevil did on Netflix. They like gave all 10 episodes at one time because that's what they did. That's what Amazon has done in the past, from what I'm aware of. Because I watched Tin Star, which was like an Amazon exclusive as well, where they just did a whole 12 episodes straight up. And then I guess for season 2, that's why when it came out on like last week, they gave us 3 episodes, and then this Friday I thought they're gonna give us another 3 episodes, but my girlfriend just told me yesterday that, oh hey, The Boys' new episode came out. I was like, oh cool, so we have 3 episodes to watch. Oh, we'll watch it Sunday night because we usually have it where we have Sunday nights usually movie night. And then she told me, wait, it's only 1 episode. I'm like, wait, what? So that's why I actually literally before we shot the show, I just finished watching it with her, and I was like, kind of weird. Is that kind of what the controversy is because I don't like how they're doing that.
Well, they pick one or the other, right?
Yeah.
If season 1 was really all released at the same time, that's what you should go with.
Yeah.
That's what you should go with. Although, I just think just pick one or the other. I don't mind which. I mean, I actually prefer if you just release it all at once. And I think
I do too.
That's my preference. Like The Mandalorian did that. And then like I was watching like Star Trek Discovery, and they kind of went episodic. I don't really like episodic.
Yeah,
I like to put it all in at once, and kind of like it diminishes the big moments in the series. But
yeah, exactly. Because I understand like that how they did that when we were younger, because like cliffhangers and like production, all that stuff was more difficult. But I feel like if it's like a streaming service, kind of like now, because like the one that I would be kind of okay with would be like the 3 episode thing. Because I saw this Amazon exclusive TV show called Defending Jacob. I don't know if you ever heard of it. But I saw a trailer on it when I was like watching YouTube. I'm like, oh my God, it has Chris Evans in it. And it looked like a really good.
Oh, I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so when it came out, cause my girlfriend, she's the Apple person. So I was like, oh, hey, do you have, Apple, whatever their product is? And she's like, yeah. So we checked it out, and they sent the first 3 episodes first. And I was like, okay, that's not too bad. And they ended up, there's like, I think 12 or 10 episodes. And so the next week they showed up another 3. So that's not too bad. You know what I mean? That's what I would be okay with, is kind of like that. But just doing 1 episode by 1 episode, it just kind of ruins the momentum. But that could just be you and I, because we like to just binge it, if anything. But that's what I would be like the middle ground, if possible, with just setting it out like 3 episodes at a time.
But is it good?
The Boys?
Season 2?
Again, I'm not a really huge fan of the. I thought the first season was okay. I'm just rooting for Frenchie. If anything, there is an Asian girl in it too, and she's pretty cute. So, you know how that goes.
You're always focused on that. Something my wife was watching last episode, and she said the same thing. That's all Kwong thinks about. It's pretty girls all the time.
Hey man, that's just how life is, man. It's good to see Asian people on TV shows and movies. I actually didn't know she was actually a Katana from Suicide Squad, but I guess you can't because she's wearing the mask the entire time, anyways. But yeah. But it's. Would I recommend it for you? Yes, because I think you would like TV shows like that, because it's kind of a little bit of a parody to other movies as well, because they make fun of BVS and Civil War and all that stuff too. So it's kind of like a different take on it. But from what I'm aware of, I think it's based off a comic book as well. So it's not like completely original.
Kind of,
it's not bad.
Reminded me of Watchmen a little bit.
Yeah, it I haven't seen the Watchmen TV show, but I really like the Watchmen movie, which is why I ended up buying it for you, because I thought you would like it. Concept, I think, is just incredible. Ending up to it was incredible. The fact that they made a TV show that continue off of it. I know the comic book obviously continue off of it as well, but I just felt like it just didn't. For me, it just didn't sit well. It's like, though I was talking to my coworker about it. It's kind of like, have you seen the Toy Story movies?
Not the last one, but yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I thought Toy Story 3 was such an amazing send-off for everybody who grew up with the series, you know what I mean? and then they made Toy Story 4, and it just messed up the entire thing completely. Because I remember we were having a conversation, I think like a year ago, what's like the best trilogy of all time, and I think what mine came out to be was Planet of the Apes. I don't know about for you, because like every single movie I felt was good on its own. You know what I mean? Because you know me, I like The Dark Knight, but I wasn't a huge fan of Batman Begins or The Dark Knight Rises. And I thought Men in Black 3 was kind of a good contender too, and Back to the Future. But Back to the Future didn't have, I felt like 3 was short of 1 and 2. But that's just my opinion. I don't know if you ever thought about it that way, but
I never thought about what the best trilogy is.
Yeah, see, because like it's kind of hard. And for those who are listening and watching, let us know what you think the best trilogy is, where every movie is the best. Because obviously, I wish I could put Spider-Man in there, but obviously, Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi trilogy is just awful. But Spider-Man 2 was just so good. It's like one of my top 5 movies of all time in there. So yeah, it's hard to think of like a trilogy, because I originally the Toy Story trilogy would have been the best until Toy Story 4 came out. So then it kind of knocks out the it in the rankings. And then like for you, what I was thinking when I was having this conversation was the original Star Wars trilogy 4, 5, and 6. You know, because obviously you grew up with that, and I know you love those movies, but they made 1, 2, and 3, so you have to put that into it. So it's kind of like is it sixology or whatever it's called? I don't know what the term is, but now there's 7, 8, and 9, and it's like
3 trilogies. So the original trilogy, every movie is good.
The 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, every one of those is a good movie. Okay,
because for me, I don't know which one it was, but I remember at least I didn't like one of them. I think it was like 5 and 6 was good, but I think 4 wasn't good. I'm not exactly sure, but I have been thinking about rewatching those because it is in 4K on Disney Plus. That's something I do have to check out. Yeah. Well, so let's go on to some news, which this is what I don't know if it was you who told me this or my girlfriend told me this, but Robert Pattinson has COVID.
Yeah. So they originally said
halted.
They originally halted production. It said someone had COVID in production, and then it came out that he had COVID during production, and that kind of, that kind of leads into a couple of other topics, right? I think a couple of things are affected by that, right? Because we had a shutdown, right? A lot of stuff shut down. Some stuff finished shooting before it ended. Like that's why we're getting Mandalorian, as because it finished shooting before COVID and then it shut down. But a lot of stuff was shut down. So the theory is, and going to delay the Batman even more, right?
I think so too. Yeah.
But the theory is that we're about to go through a content drought of about a year as a result of the COVID shutdown. So. A lot of stuff had to be put off, and they say a drought is coming up. We think we're in a drought of content now, right? But we really haven't been. Just been a drought of like theater movie releases.
Oh yeah,
getting delayed. But once those movies do come out, then there's a drought of stuff that hasn't been made or hasn't been in production.
Yeah. So like 2021 is gonna be pretty empty.
And a lot of stuff is like getting canceled, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot of TV shows, lots and lots of TV shows. I've been hearing
lots of stuff getting canceled. So, and then there's like a war brewing between, and I think we talked about this before, but a war brewing between movie theaters and production companies, because the content that they have produced and that's ready to go, they're not putting out. Because movie theaters are like, you got to put it out in our movie theater. We're not going to carry your movies anymore. But then like Tenet, its first weekend, right? 20 million. It's only made 200 million worldwide, and it's not making the money it needs to make.
Oh, most definitely.
So if they put it on a streaming service and
I would buy that. Yeah, I would definitely do that $30 or whatever it's called to rent that.
I would do it too. I didn't do that with Mulan.
Yeah. Because it didn't seem like it was something that we wanted to watch. For me, I really wanted to watch.
Something I would go and see in the theater, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We probably would have seen it in the theater, but I wouldn't have been like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go see this. But like, say if let's go back to Rise of Skywalker. As much as we don't like those movies, if that movie was released during COVID and say, okay, stream it for $30, I would have streamed it for $30.
Yeah.
Or Black Widow, I'll stream it for $30. Wonder Woman, I'll stream it for $30. Anything that's coming out. Trolls World Tour.
That's what they did. That's what they did, right? Did they do the $30 thing and then it like blew up and made a lot of money?
I don't think it was $30. I think it was
like $10 probably, $10-15.
I think it was regularly priced.
A lot of money. Yeah.
They need to release their content so they can make money, so they can start, and the movie theaters are in danger of shutting down.
Yeah.
They need to open up. They need to make money too. But they can't open up yet. So what do you do?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not sure too. What I'm thinking is that I understand the experience of a movie theater, obviously, because, you experience it with everybody, big screen, all that stuff, curb, the surround sound, it's amazing because, everybody doesn't have that in their living room. Totally makes sense because it's super expensive to do that. But I feel like, for example, Tenet, if it's not making enough money, I don't think they really have a choice. You know what I mean? They're going to have to recoup it, throw it out to next month and then just let us watch it because like everybody said, this COVID thing is dangerous and people got to take it seriously that, because like for me, what I was telling my girlfriend that if there was a movie theater that had Tenet, honestly, because I really wanted to watch that, I would have to do like a Breaking Bad suit because that's how I would want to watch it. I want to be safe, obviously, because my girlfriend's going to kill me if I was to go watch it in a movie theater with all these other people. I would bring one of those hazard suits, dude, just to go watch it. Yeah, I'll be probably like super hot the entire time, but that's what I would do. But I think I just think that the studios are just gonna have to do that because you're gonna end up losing money by holding, all this hype is just built up. Yeah, I don't know if the movie's doing well, because people are saying it's like a decent movie. It's not like his best, So I don't know. Kind of curious to see how they're gonna do it, but I think somebody's gonna be breaking soon, and I think it's gonna be the theaters where they don't really have a choice. Yeah, obviously you're losing money because everybody's losing money during this pandemic. That they're just eventually kind of have to just let it go to the streaming services, man. And yeah, I like you said, I would definitely do the $30, $20 or whatever just to rent it.
Yeah, I think the theaters are worried though if this movie theaters start doing this when it does come back, they'll be like, "Nah, we don't need you guys now. You guys can kick rocks."
It's true, but I don't know. You got to do what you got to do because that's what happened to like movie pass shut down and AMC tried to do the same thing and all that stuff. So somebody's gonna have to do something. I'm curious though. I don't know because I don't read a lot of articles. Do you know if Robert Pattinson did any press for Tenet, or there was no press? Because I was curious. I was curious of how he got it, or is it just because it was on when they were shooting and somebody just carried it and something?
I'm pretty sure he's the one who tested positive, so he probably who knows? Who knows how? We know how people get it, right? They're not. They go out places, and they're not safe, and all of a sudden people have it, right? Anytime at work, it's because at work, we shut down if someone
been in contact or
has COVID, but nobody has gotten COVID at work. We only shut down because people bring it in from outside. It's always a story like, we were at a barbecue and nobody had masks on, or we went to a party and nobody had masks on. We went to a wedding and nobody had masks on. We went here and nobody had masks on. Because at work, everybody wears masks, so nobody's getting it at work. They're getting it outside of work and they're bringing it in. So it's probably here too. People being super safe on the set and then people doing something else outside of work.
Yeah, because you can't really shoot with the mask on. So
we can't make any assumptions. We have no idea. well, that's what happened. People aren't being safe, and that's what's happening. So kind of like this will be a big deal because it wasn't like some crew member; it was the star of the movie.
Yeah,
number one on the call sheet.
That's scary, man. That's scary because I'm just curious. Man, I hope he's okay, man.
Yeah.
I honestly hope he's okay. Next up, we have I didn't even know about this until you wrote it down. Wonder Woman 1984 has a release date for Christmas.
Yeah, December 25th. You know, pushed back.
Come out like next month or something like that.
Everything's just getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And even when here's the thing, though, is even when movie theaters can open, there's still going to be a lot of people who don't want to go, right?
Yeah.
Until there's a vaccine or something, there's still, going to be people who are not want to go, or they're going to be half full, right?
Exactly.
There's still going to be social distance until we can open up fully and just be back to normal. It's going to be, not going to make $100 million in a weekend, right? There's not going to be successful weekends even then. So you're going to have to start making money quicker. So even Wonder Woman's released, I would imagine it's probably going to stream soon after.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I honestly think they should just throw it on HBO Max. Bam, there's going to be like a huge incline of people signing up for HBO Max for just that movie. Because that's exactly what I'm going to do for the Snyder Cut. I was just going to do the trial and bam, either watch it with you in person if that time can go, or like I said, or just wait until HBO Max, bam, watch it all right there. Be good to go. Obviously, HBO Max, isn't it like $10-15 or something like that?
It's $12.99, but I get it with my cable.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's basically a movie ticket in itself, and obviously people are gonna. I don't know. I just think that's the best way to do it. But then I kind of understand the studio. They care about money and business, but like you were saying, Aquaman wasn't a great movie, but it made hella money. So I don't know what I don't know. It's business, so we don't know that side on it. But let's move on to video game size. Joe, what have you been playing, sir?
Just the usual, honestly.
Quiet. Ghost of Tsushima has been kind of quiet, bro.
Yeah, I mean, lots of stuff has been kind of quiet, and I was kind of in like a lull of gaming, I guess. And I've been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic a lot, and still just making my way through that. And then actually reinstalled Star Citizen yesterday. Yeah. So I'm just kind of flying through that.
You got your joystick ready, right?
What's that?
You got your joystick ready, right?
Yeah, I got my joystick, and it's just fun to jump in there. It's a completely unfinished game. And I actually uninstalled it a few months ago just because they sell you ships in the game, and they're like I was looking at the ships that are available now. It's like one of the ships I want, because you don't really buy ships. You kind of pledge money and you get to fly the ship around in the alpha, and eventually the game will come out. It's how you support the game, kind of like a Kickstarter, by buying ships in the game. But like, how much these ships cost in the game? Like $700. Like
$700?
Yeah. $700. And like the ship I want, one of the ships I wanted to buy.
That's not even a microtransaction. That's like a transaction.
Right. And one of the ships I wanted to buy is available now. I was like, it's available. How much? Oh, $300.
That's half a statue right there, bro.
So that's why I uninstalled it before. I just got frustrated with that. I mean, eventually when the game is released, you'll be able to earn ships through in-game currency. But it is fun to just go in there and fly around a little bit with the little ship that I have, and kind of just just screw around and everything because it looks good. But I'm kind of like, I'm in a lull of games. I'm looking for something new to play. I could go back to Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know. I'm just kind of
in and out in games right now.
Yeah, I'm in a lull.
I think a couple episodes ago where you're saying like Ghost of Tsushima will just suck you in for a couple hours. Obviously, when you play Star Wars, it's just kind of, you can just play like one mission and then be done for the day. So I totally understand where you're coming from.
I want to play something different. I want to play. I don't know. I guess I'm just waiting for.
Come play Fall Guys with us, bro. And Among Us. You say you want something different. That's different.
It's like a game for 12-year-old, not even 12-year-olds. Like the game's like for 5-year-olds.
Exactly. Sometimes we gotta go back to our childhood. Gotta
It's like a game you gotta be either high or drunk to have fun playing.
There you go. You just drink it up. Every single time you fall, just take a shot.
That's not a game for me. I don't know. It's kind of. I've been watching reviews. I've been looking at my my Steam wish list and kind of just might pick up something I want to play for years, like BattleTech or Mech Warrior, or just I don't know.
Actually, from where Battletoads came out, should I do the Microsoft thing to play that with you? Want to play some Battletoads?
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you yesterday because I downloaded it because it's free on Xbox Game Pass.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I would be down to play that if you want to play that.
Or Streets of Rage, something like that. It's like a side scroller fighting game.
It's on the Pass too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can definitely do that because I enjoyed playing Halo. What was it called? Reach or something? Yeah, I like playing co-op games with you, man. It's good content. Good fun. For me, so talking about Fall Guys, I've been playing that Fall Guys with some lads of mine and my girlfriend because she loves playing that. Been playing some Warzone with my friend who sometimes just randomly texts me and say, "Hey, jump on." And depending on if I'm busy or not, I jump on when we play. But I actually did pull the trigger on VR. Finally did. Bought it off Best Buy. I bought a Quest Rift S. I think I bought it last week. Installed Half-Life Alyx and Resident Evil 7. I just played Half-Life Alyx, beat it this morning at like 2 a.m. I wasn't going to text you, but you were probably asleep anyways. I think it's fun. It's definitely fun. It's definitely a great experience. I don't know. I don't know much about the Half-Life games besides I think like the guy with the crowbar or something like that. I just know I played a little bit when I was a kid. Don't really understand the story as well, but that game was pretty awesome. It's kind of difficult too, depending on how you look at it. Is it a game that I would recommend for you in the future? I think if you have VR, you have to play that game. It's like a must play game. I think it was just such a good experience when something, because I definitely should have recorded it because when something jumps out at you, I actually get goosebumps when like a spider is running and like jumps at me. I'm just like, oh shit, because you just have a whole headset, you're sweating, the stress level is just insane. When you turn around and you just see like a monster running at you, I was like, holy crap, man. It's a great experience. Definitely enjoyed it. The game was expensive. The VR set is expensive as well, but the experience I think is really fun. I beat the game probably in like 12 hours or so. Didn't play it in one sitting, but my rating for it would probably be a 7 out of 10.
So you taking the headset back? Are you returning it?
Yeah. After I finished Resident Evil 7, because I'm honestly genuinely pretty scared to actually play Resident Evil 7 because I've been told Half-Life isn't really a horror game. And I was already like scared out of my mind where like I literally wanted to pull out my headset, just throw it on the ground. Like I'm effing done with this game. But I ended up sticking with it because after a while you kind of just get used to it, if that makes sense. So for Resident Evil 7, I don't know. I've only watched the trailer before, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm getting into, but I heard it's pretty crazy and it's supposed to be all completely in VR. So that's the reason why I waited for this moment to play that. But yeah, that's what I'll be playing within the next 2 days is Resident Evil 7.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not kind of I get motion sick easy.
Oh yeah. I forgot to mention, I did play Batman Arkham VR on it as well. That was the first one I played because it was really quick. So when I got this headset, I played that first because it was supposed to be like an hour and a half or something. I played it. Killer Croc scared the hell out of me, dude. Like, in the game, he pops out of the water and like he scared the shit out of me. It was fun. It's all good fun. But yeah, I was telling my girlfriend before I returned it to at least try it. But I don't know. She's scared because of like you're mentioning is the motion sickness.
How much does it cost?
It's like $600, man. That's
So
why I was
not
like,
worth
I
keeping
couldn't
it.
keep it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like I just wanted to try it just to see where the industry is at. And I've been told the Quest is like one of the best. And I'm not a huge fan of the wires because there are some times when I was playing and I was like moving around, like I almost tripped and it could have been bad. Like I could have broke it. You definitely need a lot of room because I'm playing it in this small kind of area right here, and like when I'm like pulling out my gun and all that stuff, I like hit the wall and hit the bed, and I would like freak out. So it's I don't know. It's just for $600, it's like it's basically a PlayStation 5. You know what I mean? And there's just not a lot of content on it because for me, I think it's a great experience, but I don't think the studios have the balls to make a great game because it's going to be really expensive. Obviously, Valve has hella money, like unlimited, because TI was like hit like 36 million. And so
what if you could play Dota in VR?
I don't know how that would go, but I can see
you're in your character and you're chopping trees and you're hitting creeps.
Cool. But that I can see Valve trying to do that. That'd be kind of interesting. That would be kind of interesting, actually. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it would have to be a whole different game. I don't think it would
flying as your dragon.
Yeah, I think it would be a whole different game because it would just the reaction would be just too slow. I think, in my opinion. But it's a cool, interesting leap in the industry. But I don't think because like for me, I think the growth was like it's going up, and then once Half-Life came out, it just skyrocketed even more. But after Half-Life came out, it's like what other game would you want to play? You know what I mean? It's like for me, the only thing that would interested was Batman Arkham VR because it's a short game, and obviously I like the Arkham series, and then Half-Life, and then Resident Evil 7. I can't think of other things like there's Beat Saber, where you're like, and Star Wars Immortal, but that's it. You know what I mean? Those games,
probably play that. Yeah,
they're so short too. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. That's just the way I look at it because I think Half-Life Alyx was a perfect amount of gameplay. It was like 12 hours. That's how I think a VR game should be. But I would know I was super upset for Batman Arkham VR because it was like literally like 45 to an hour to beat it. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sold on it yet. There's not enough content for $600, and I worry about getting motion sick, and I don't know. How does it work with glasses?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was curious about too, because my girlfriend has glasses too, and that's why I wanted her to try it to see like, oh, can I recommend it to Joe? That's why I was thinking about maybe bringing it over yesterday for maybe you can.
I've tried it before. I played Justin Roiland brought the this was years ago. Was over here.
I remember it was on your Facebook or something like that.
He brought Oculus before it was released. He had like a kit, like a dev kit or something before it was released. He brought it over here, and there were some like demos we were playing, and it was cool, definitely cool. And you look like a total dope while you're doing it, but it was fun. It was interesting. Is it $600 interesting? And me, I like to waste money on a lot of stuff, but I'm not sold on it because I worry about motion sickness.
Yeah, because for me,
I don't ride the teacups at Disneyland, so.
Yeah, because I think it would be great because for me the VR headset that I tried my first time was HTC Vive, and that was like at an AMC theater watching Paranormal Activity. We were waiting in line, and they had like a booth, and there was nobody waiting, so I was there. Tried it. It was fun and everything. It was great. I thought the technology was amazing, and then it's just the wires. Obviously, they had a huge like tent, so like I was able to move like vastly huge around. With the wires, so it was good. I've been told HTC Vive has a wireless option now. I was actually going to buy that, but it was just completely sold out. Nobody was selling it. So and the HTC Vive is like almost $1,000 to $1,200. So I was like, obviously I didn't want to pay that much for that because I just wanted to see where the industry was, and I can see a huge potential into it. But I do think that the huge issue is going to be developers or studios just don't have the balls to be like, hey, we want to invest into this because that's where it is. Yeah.
So speaking of new technology, we got Xbox made the first move.
Yes.
Right.
This I don't know. I'm excited and not excited about it. It's kind of hard for me kind of hard for me to think about it because the Xbox Series S just got announced first because it was kind of like leaked all over that it was going to be priced at $299. Then Xbox announced it on their Twitter, and then the day later they announced the same thing for the Xbox Series X, which is $499. So what are your thoughts on this price point? I think in a way that it's good. I think a lot of people who are entry level are gonna go for the Xbox Series S. I don't know if the Xbox Series X is gonna do well though. I'm curious what you're thinking.
Well, so we were kind of debating just before this announcement. We're like, I asked you who's going to break first because Sony and Microsoft playing chicken on who's going to announce price first, who's going to announce release date first, and you kind of said Xbox was going to release price first, and they did with the Xbox Series S at $299, and then the X at $499. I thought the X was going to be more expensive, to be honest with you. $599 is $499 is a real good price point for them. I thought the X was going to be more expensive because it's the more powerful console, right? Mm-hmm. But even though it's the more powerful console, I think PlayStation may have them beat in architecture and how games are actually going to be built and work behind the scenes with their SSD and kind of stuff. But Xbox Series X broke first, but I sent you a screenshot of a poll over at IGN on, what people were still going to buy. And overwhelmingly, people are still going PS5. Yeah. People are still going, I think it was like, actually, let me look at that picture that I sent you real quick.
Yeah. Cause it was super surprising because it was probably a couple hours after you sent me, like they announced the Xbox Series S and the Series X's price, and you sent that to me, and I was like, "What?" I thought it would be like Xbox Series X would be number one, and then maybe PS5, and then Xbox Series X. But now they're announcing a lot of different things for the Series S, where it's like not getting next gen upgrades, if that makes sense.
I don't know what Microsoft is doing.
Yeah, I don't. With you. Yeah, that's the huge thing. I'm not exactly sure where they're going from this, but the only thing that they have been on PlayStation side is just the Game Pass. It's just so good. Like even I tried it to play Halo with you, and now that from what I'm aware of, they combined with EA as well, to where they like bundled in the Game Pass together with no extra cost. But I think that's kind of a lie because from what I'm aware of, Xbox Game Pass price just went up. Mm-hmm. Correct? So
the PC Pass just went up.
Oh, PC Pass came out. Okay, I thought it was because it's just a good deal, man.
So the poll at IGN was, now that we know a little bit more about pricing on next-gen consoles, which do you think you're most likely to buy? So PS5 Standard, PS5 Digital, Xbox X, Xbox S. So still, PlayStation 5 Standard was over 50%. PlayStation 5 Digital is 13.5%. Xbox Series X, 29%. And Series S, 26%. So still, 63% are going with PlayStation. Yeah. We don't even know the price of the PlayStation yet.
I'm super surprised on that. Yeah.
So this is why games. This is why games.
Yeah.
It's because PlayStation 5 has had the games over and over and over again throughout this generation, right? And they're going to have Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. Exclusive. What's Microsoft going to have?
Yeah, that's the huge thing, man. Like, I knew that I was willing to give Xbox the benefit of the doubt that they're going to launch a new Halo game for when the Xbox Series X came out. Bam, they delayed it. I feel like that's their sell. I think that's it. I think that just ended the war of the next generation. Is that what are they launching? What is this next gen console? What are you gonna play on it to make it feel next gen?
You're gonna play a game that you can also play on Xbox One.
Yeah, exactly. Because what I'm afraid of is that when you're next gen console, you gotta bring something to the table. Like I'm aware of PlayStation 4 had the biggest one was Uncharted 4. That was a great, amazing game. Next gen wise, the architecture and all that stuff was great, amazing. There's some artifacts that weren't great. Some of the shirts, all that stuff wasn't perfect, but that was on PlayStation 4. Still amazing. Huge leap to from PlayStation 3. Now for Xbox, the only thing I can think of from not being an Xbox fan is Gears of War, Halo. That's it. I can't think of anything else.
Minecraft.
But that's not an exclusive, is it?
No, it's not.
See, so it's like that's all I can think of. But when you think about Sony, it's like you got Ratchet and Clank, you got Spider-Man, you got God of War, you got The Last of Us, it's endless, man. Because I remember Xbox at like E3 or something like that, they just bought like a bunch of studios that were supposed to make games for them. What happened to that?
What are they doing?
What are they doing? Like, are they waiting for next gen console or something? Because I don't think 8K is going to be a huge jump. That's in my perspective. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know what the purpose of the Series S is. Like,
well, because I can see it for 1440p because I play all my games in 1440p. I think it's the middle ground because I don't think playing in 4K right now is, obviously the pixels obviously is going to be better, but I don't think you're going to get enough of a frame rate. It's just not clean as it can be because the technology isn't there yet. Now I think it is with the 3090. I think with the 3090 NVIDIA graphics card, I think 4K is totally possible now. But for when Sony and Xbox announced this 4K 60 frames per second, I was like, no way, not gonna happen. It's just not it. They're gonna have to do something different with how they develop games to get that output. Like for example, I remember watching a documentary for Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 that when you were swinging, the reason why the frame rate didn't drop was because they blurred the background. I don't know if you because I don't think you finished the game, but they blurred the background for you to focus on and have Spider-Man be focused on. And that's how they did the artifacts. So that's what made it so smooth. That's what made the game so great because you feel like you were being Spider-Man. Now the thing is that will other developers do the same thing? We don't know. But the thing is that that's what I was super afraid of when we were like talking about the prices was like, hey, $500, can you do 4K? I don't think so. I just don't think so. That's just PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox X. Just they were kind of powerful in their sense, but it just doesn't pull out that power. Because I know when I was playing The Last of Us 2, I definitely know I wasn't playing in 4K with the PlayStation 4 Pro. I know it was like 1440p, but I think it was still locked at 30 frames per second, if I'm correct. So it's like, I don't know, man. That's why I'm super, super upset about the price. Because I'm totally okay with the Xbox Series S being $300. I felt like the Xbox Series X should have been $600, and the same thing for the PS5. Standard edition should be $600 as well, and then $500 for the digital. That's just my point of view.
Okay. Well, we also had announcements from NVIDIA, right? Who saying you guys are going to release your consoles. I got my 3090 card here that can do your console plus 5, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Times 5, right?
Yeah, because I think it was like they did it on 8K with LG 8K OLED, I think. Gaming. Dude, that's freaking crazy, man.
So imagine, NVIDIA has, I think we're kind of talking about 3090 or a 3080. 3080 can do 4K, right?
Oh yeah.
That 3090 is 8K.
8K, yeah.
At twice the price.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have 8K TVs. We don't have 8K monitors.
Exactly.
Nobody's even close to making
that's what you're talking about for next gen, man. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I think 4K is already next gen, but I don't know.
How well that 3090 is going to run to your 1440p monitor? How many? What's its frames per second?
I'll probably get like almost 200, probably, I would say, which is insane. Which is what everybody wants.
And even playing it, that 3090 pump into a 4K monitor is going to look amazing. But you don't even need the 3090. You just get a 3080 at $600, which has it been released yet, or it's released like a couple
it comes out next week or something like that. I think the 3070 comes out next week or 3080 comes out next week. See, that's the thing. That's when they announced this and I was watching it on the side at work, the 3070 is so good. It's incredible. It's like $500 and it's basically probably the best thing that Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5 can do. You know what I mean? It's so good for the price too. It's just so good.
Yeah, but keep in mind though, the PlayStation 5, you're not just getting a graphics card. It's more, right? It's a whole PC in the one, right? It's not just one graphics card.
Exactly.
And kind of we're debating on upgrading our graphics card because we got to upgrade our power supply too, which is another couple $100.
Yeah, it's like at least 100 or 2.
And then that 3080 is tempting too. I'm just kind of thinking about maybe just upgrading the PC with a 3080 or completely get a new PC with a 3080. Is that's what I'm thinking about. So if anybody wants to buy Lobo up here, no, I'm just kidding. No, but that's what I'm thinking about is just maybe new PC with a 3080 at this point.
Yeah. I think it's too good, man. The 3070,
but still gonna get a PS5.
Yeah.
And I'll still. But if I upgrade a PC, I don't need an Xbox Series X because Halo is going to be on PC.
Yeah, exactly. That's I think that's kind of the issue that we're kind of getting to. It's like, I don't know, there's just no incentive to be getting an Xbox. Why when you can just get a PC?
Right.
Because all the games are on it anyways. Right. At least the future games are going to be on it. So
you can't buy a $500 PC that's going to do what the Xbox Series X is going to do.
Pretty sure you can.
Probably not.
Maybe like 800 AMD, probably like 4 cores or something like that, with probably like a 1660 Ti or 16 GTX 1660 or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough, man. It's really tough.
So you've been talking about how you've been playing Warzone lately. And then we have a couple of game previews that came out recently. So first up, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. You interested at all?
No. Does it look good? I haven't seen it at all.
Well, it's Vietnam era, Cold War era.
Oh, is it because I'm Asian? Is that why? Yeah, that's okay. Are you gonna play it? Is it co-op?
Well, you are Vietnamese, right?
Yeah. Is there gonna be a campaign mode?
I believe a campaign mode and updated Warzone mode. So I usually play the annual Call of Duty, short 5-6 hour campaign or whatnot, and a little bit of multiplayer. I don't.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised you never jumped on Warzone with me.
Well, I was playing Call of Duty a lot with my brother-in-law, but you're like, no.
Yeah, what were you playing though? Which Call of Duty?
Well, the new one.
You were playing Warzone, or are you trying to play Black Ops 3?
Well, Warzone wasn't even out yet.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm playing Warzone. I'm not playing that shitty other Call of Duty game.
Multiplayer. Yeah, anyway, but you wouldn't play it with me, so I'm not going to play it with you. And then you have some Nintendo games here. So what's going on with Nintendo, who's kind of out of the conversation right now? Nobody cares what Nintendo's 720p console is doing right now, right?
Yeah, so Nintendo had, I think, a Mario 35th anniversary, I think a week or two ago. I thought this was super great for those who have a Switch. They are announcing Mario 35th anniversary Allstars thing where you get Mario N64, Mario Galaxy, Mario Galaxy and Mario Sunshine. Mario Galaxy is from, I think, the Wii, and then Mario Sunshine, which is from GameCube. All three of those games, which were super, super important for that console's time, one of like the needed games like ever for them. And I think that's super exciting because
upgraded.
Remastered. Yes. So that's what I thought was super hyped, because for all this time, I don't know if you like seen like the emulator world or ever really researched it as much. It's really hard to emulate N64 Mario, whatever the 3D or whatever thing is, because the frame wasn't great and yada yada yada. That's always been the issue. That's why like so many projects on the side, and Nintendo shut them down for those who are trying to remaster it with like 1080p, 60 frames per second, etc. But now Nintendo's just doing it themselves. And Nintendo, when they kind of throw something out, they kind of don't half-ass it, kind of like how Xbox is doing. They make it the way people want it. They listen to the fans,
and it works, right?
Yeah, and it works exactly. So I'm super excited for it. I played Mario on N64 when I was a kid. I never finished it, and you know me, I have super OCD to play games that I never finished and I thought were good, because I never owned that game physically. I always borrowed it from my cousin. He's like, oh yeah, let me get it back, blah, blah, blah. So this would be great. I told the girlfriend, I was like, hey, are you interested in this? And she's like, yeah, I never really played the Mario games when I was a kid. So I was like, dude, this is perfect introduction, because I don't know if I told you this story, but when we went to Japan, me and the girlfriend, we went to like a retro store and there was Duck Hunt and she never played it before. And I was just like, what was your childhood? It was super fun. And she was like trying to like shoot it from like super far away, like, you know, like from the screen being like 10 feet away. I'm like, no, like how we did it back in the day was we literally moved up to the entire screen to shoot the ducks. That's how it was. So I thought,
do you know how that gun worked?
I think it was like the like, I forgot. There's like a certain block or something like that on the TV. That's how they did it or something.
Well, the gun takes a picture of the screen.
Yeah.
And transmits it to the Nintendo.
Yeah. Something like that.
That shows you what you shot or not. There was a sweet spot. There's one sweet spot in Duck Hunt where you just hold your gun there, bang, bang, and you just pull the trigger every time.
See, I didn't even know. See, that's what I thought was so great. When, you know, Nintendo just did so great with like games when I was a child, because they're throwing out so much amazing stuff. So that's what I thought I was super excited for. This kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't really sure if a lot of people knew about it, but it's super exciting. But the huge thing I think too for fans who love like the Zelda series, where like for you where you play it for like 10, 15 minutes and then just drop it and never play it ever again. I think they're gonna do it next year, because I think Zelda's anniversary is next year for the 35th. And I'm really hoping they're gonna do this.
Oh, they do this for Zelda too?
Yeah, like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. Dude, that would be amazing. Oh,
would you play them?
Oh yeah, definitely. When I was a kid, I always played them. I never finished it because I know these Zelda games are like really, really long. Oh, super open world too. That's what I heard. Breath of the Wild people just like play it for days, because I know you were playing it for a little bit too. But you can just play it forever. You can play it short. Depends on how you look at it. But I'm super excited to see it, because I know one of my friends who love the Zelda series, and he always asks me, "Hey, what's the best way to emulate Zelda?" I'm like, "You got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this." And he's like, "Oh man, okay, all right, I'll do it." But now I know he's been wanting a Switch for a really long time. Dude, this would be just amazing for him. I'm like super excited for him and for myself if this was to happen for Zelda next year.
So is Nintendo going to have a new console or what?
I think there has been rumors of a Nintendo Pro like
for a long time,
ages ago, right?
So they got to upgrade to 1080p.
Yes, because I think they're still running at 720. No. I think they're running at 720 if you're like handheld, but if you're docked, I think it's 1080p for most games. That not 100% if that happens, but yeah, man, that I'd be super excited for it too. Would I get a Nintendo Switch Pro? Depends on what the extra features is, because like I already have one. It's like getting a PlayStation 4 and then getting a PlayStation 4 Pro. If you have a PlayStation 4 already, you don't really need to upgrade to a PlayStation 4 Pro. But if you never had a PlayStation 4, then you should buy a PlayStation 4 Pro. That's kind of the way I looked at it, because I don't know if there's that much in an advance that they can do. I don't think Nintendo can go the 4K route. It's just, I don't think it's possible.
They're too far behind on.
I think their games
don't need it.
I think so too. Yeah, I agree, because I don't think there's anything that's super visually great that you know, like they're doing already so well with all their Mario series and the Zelda as it is. Still looks gorgeous. Still looks amazing.
They're focused on their style of games, and it's working for them. So
exactly, that's what I like about it.
They have their little Nintendo niche.
Yeah, exactly. And then I didn't I don't even know what this is, but I'm thinking it's kind of Zelda related. Is it Hyrule Warriors Age of
It's Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Oh, I was gonna say something else. That's why I didn't say that word.
Which is
sounds like a Zelda game, no?
A sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay. They announced that? I've heard. I remember rumors about that.
Available November 20th. So coming at the end of
this year.
You haven't played Breath of the Wild. I played a little bit of Breath of the Wild, and I thought it was an amazing game. So this is actually a prequel, 100 years before Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Same art style and everything. So it's really, I'm not a huge Nintendo fan. I don't play a lot of Nintendo, but I know Breath of the Wild was probably one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a sequel.
Because the Link hasn't been born yet, so
100 years before.
Who the hell are you playing as?
Link.
What?
You got to play Breath of the Wild, then you would know.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And you would know.
Travel stuff or something? That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll play that. If it's a prequel, then maybe, or is it like it's a prequel where you have to play the original and then go back, or you don't know at all?
I don't know. You're the Nintendo guy. You tell me.
Nah, you're the one who got a Nintendo Switch first, so yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see that. Damn, I'm actually really surprised, man. This year is pretty good for the Nintendo for the Nintendo fanboys. They got some good stuff this year.
Has been, yeah.
Yeah, some really good stuff this year. Anything else that I'm missing before we close out the show, man? All right, well, Joe, it seems like that's all the topics we have for this episode of Sloppy Talk.
That's all we got today.
Thanks for getting sloppy.
Yeah, stay sloppy, everyone.